welcome back to Open. Our last guest is a Bronx native, singer, actor, and teaching artist. She is a founding member of the Adelka Award-winning Harlem Repertory Theater Company and a cast member of the off-Broadway production of I Like It Like That. She's a vocalist who has performed and accompanying artists such as Grizel del Valle, TKA, and Dark Latin Groove featuring my sister, Miss Yaya. And bueno, she's also a seasoned teaching artist at the Harlem School of the Arts, the International Girls Ensemble, Revolucion Latina, and the Applaud Our Kids Foundation. Her recently published work is featured in Bronx Writers Anthology, Volume 2, and she's here to share more. Everyone, please welcome Natalia Perguero. Hello.
Thank you.
Congratulations on being a published author.
Thank
yes,
you.
Yes,
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. Congratulations on that. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a big deal for me, right? Because
It
now
is.
you're on record in this way, in this
Thank
form,
you.
right?
Yes.
And congratulations on all the work that you do, Natalia.
Thank you.
You know, again, you guys, I'm a big cheerleader for Harlem School of the Arts.
That's where it's at. A lot happening there.
Yeah, and you know, you're one of the teaching artists there. And one of the things I really love about the community and the establishment is a lot of people that are there are professional working actors and or performers that come from Broadway and loan their skill set to the next generation. And so there's a nice balance and more than anything, a real high standard of professionalism.
Yes.
And so for you and what we've experienced, right? Because having been, as I said, I'm a mama there, and you're a teaching artist there, and then coming from that place of being a teaching artist and then also performing yourself, like, where do you find the balance? Because I mean, I did a summary of your bio.
Ooh, the balance. When it comes to being an artist, finding the balance with being a mom.
That too, right?
Right. I have a great support system. You know, I have a great family. My husband supports my career, the kids. Just making sure that everything is organized. I am a Virgo. So everything has to be organized and planned, you know. When I started my venture as a teaching artist, I was scared because being a teaching artist and coaching is totally different than being on stage and performing. So as I was earning my master's at, City College with the educational theater program, to find the balance with, like, I was expecting during that time and performing, 2 different stage shows with Harlem Repertory Theater and working full time because at that time I was the registrar at the Harlem School of the Arts, not a teaching artist yet. So I was running programming, meetings with directors, meeting with the president, making sure that everything was good. And then it's like, oh yeah, I have to do these field hours. Let me step into the classroom and then have to go back to the office and run a whole event for Harlem School of the Arts. So finding the balance, I would say, in organization and not sleeping. Sadly, right?
No, that's not good. That's not good.
Not sleeping during that time. Right,
that.
we're not encouraging that. But during that time, I had to learn, like, okay, I can't sleep at 2 a.m. Let me write out a template email to send parents. Oh my God, then I have this paper due tomorrow too. Let me finish it off. Learning that, the pandemic really slowed me down. It slowed me down, stepping down and being okay with stepping down from managing.
Right.
And being in charge and in control of things also helped me out.
Right.
I can't see myself going back to an administrative arts role because it's so much. So finding the balance, I found it within myself to say, okay, what is it that I want, what I really want right now? And I want to continue performing. I want to venture out into different elements such as film. That's what I'm working on now. So that I'm also able to bring it back into the classroom. So my biggest focus was to transition myself into the classroom to bring joy and my art and share what I know with my students. That's become really important, especially because I work with youth.
Right.
And youth is totally forgotten, right? At Harlem School of the Arts, clearly we don't forget our youth,
no,
right?
Everything revolves around them, which I love.
Right, and for me, learning the system first, I'm really blessed to, be able to understand the entire system, how the organization runs. Because now I'm able to, let parents know, listen, did you fill out your financial aid form? Did you do this? I'm able to guide them to the right people, right? And to see these kids that are in underserved communities and are not, don't have the ability to pay for private lessons, having the ability to, have that financial aid, and the
Right.
Harlem School of the Arts and other organizations that I work with have
Right.
these, gems to
Right.
offer these kids.
Right.
Not just at Harlem School of the Arts, but and I know we were talking about Harlem School of the Arts, but going to Revolucion Latina that I've been a part of for so many years. I
Right.
started off as a
Luis
student there.
Salgado,
Oh,
we've had them on. We
Luis
love
is
them.
amazing.
Broadway.
Yes.
They also produce Broadway caliber productions.
Yeah, he's an amazing mentor. He continues to be our mentor, and offering a whole free camp in the summer that's coming up now. A whole week where you're introduced to teaching artists and Broadway performers, and
What
then we
is it?
put
Dance something.
it's the Dare to Go Beyond.
Right, Dare to Go Beyond.
Performing Arts Camp this summer, right? It's like I believe this year is the third to last week of July. You can also visit
Are
there.
you one of the instructors there?
I'm one of their team captains.
Okay.
For the blue team, which is so cool because I get to work with the age group that transitions into being like these preteens. So they're still trying to
Right.
figure out themselves. They're very reserved. And I get the opportunity to work with other organizations within Revolucion Latina, like Iconos Kids, who are also doing amazing things. But I would say that, knowing what you want.
Right.
Right. And for me, knowing what I want as a woman.
Right.
Knowing what I want, that just because I'm a mom and a wife, these things don't disappear. This
Right.
is who I am.
Right.
I was born this way, and now we're just adding on
Right.
the layers that I've added on, As a
Right.
performing artist.
It's important though
It is.
to be able to make sure that you find yourself in the process, right? Because I feel that we're always evolving, right? And so this new evolution of like now having this other human being that you're responsible for, right?
Absolutely.
It's just another means of navigating, right? But that doesn't change the fact that you're an artist,
Yes, Natalia the artist.
right? Natalia the artist.
Yes.
Hashtag Natalia the artist. Instagram at Natalia the artist.
Yes, at Natalia_the artist. But if we go back to like my trajectory as a performer at the at Harlem Repertory
Right.
Theater, it was challenging because I just had my daughter when the theater company launched in 2003, and having to balance. I'm only 21 at this point.
Right.
I'm just like, oh my God, and I have this big dream of acting and doing all this theater work, and it worked. Right, my friends were supportive. The theater company was a true family.
And this was how many years ago?
This is like 2003.
Right,
We were
2003. I just want them to be aware so that they understand we're talking about a 20-something year trajectory
Right.
of staying the course.
Yes.
Maybe being a little, like a side road of a sort, but still staying the course.
And actually, my first role on stage was with you.
With us, right? We
With
did the
you.
flyers. That's right. That's right. That's
So
right.
I learned so
That's
much
right.
from you. I learned so much from you during that process. And I was thinking about it before coming here. Like, I admired your work so much on stage. It's like, that's what I want to be. I want to be fearless like that on stage. So thank you
Oh my gosh.
for being
thank
like
you.
one of
Wow.
my teachers, because that was my first musical.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yep.
I know. You're bringing me back. The stage has been calling me lately, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about you and this new anthology that you're published in, and,
Super
and
excited
how
about it.
now that's added on to your trajectory. Now you're a published author.
I am so excited about this. Out of 700 writers, 70 got selected for Bronx Writers Anthology Volume 2. Josue Caceres and Amauris, they were here a couple
Yes.
weeks back.
Uh-huh.
So great. Their leadership is amazing. They're already like, okay, so when are you going to write your book? Like,
Right.
we need your self-titled book. That's the next step. But Bronx Writers Anthology, if you visit my Instagram page, the link is in my bio. Grab it. Amazing works in here. Beautiful photography as well. It means so much to me because being from the Bronx, being from the hood, right, as people describe it, it's hard growing up like that, and being able to just like get tunnel vision and not get swept in the whole thing
Right,
with,
of survival.
Of survival.
Right, I'm
the
calling
survival
it survival.
mode. Yeah,
That's
survival
me being
mode.
diplomatic because
For
that's
sure
what's
it was
out.
survival
Uh-huh.
mode. For sure. And I was the oldest of 4 kids. My mother couldn't really like take me anywhere. So I was calling modeling agencies and recording studios all on my own, pretending to be my mom.
Right.
Then my grandmother, who didn't speak English, I'm like, okay, we have this appointment today at this time. So the drive in me was
Right.
just like, it was really lit at a young age. And music saved my life.
Right.
The middle school I was in had a choir composed of musicians that play with Mongo Santa Maria, with Tito Puente, Celia Cruz. We were called the Cumbancheros, Los Cumbancheros. And I begged Raquel Baez, who was the director, who fought so hard for, arts education with the Board of Education and everything. And I begged her, listen, I sing. She's like, but you speak English. This is learning English through music. I'm like, but I need to learn more English through music. And got into the choir. It changed my life. And it inspired me. And I just really hope that the youth out there is being inspired the same way. And I really hope that the universe brings out the importance, continues to bring out the importance outside of the Harlem School of the Arts, outside of, International Girls Ensemble, Revolución Latina, Applaud Kids Foundation. Just, I want the whole world to know how important the arts is
Yeah.
and, will be forever.
And community, because I know you're going to be honoring Doña Provi
Yes.
for us here in our Open Artist Spotlight. And that's the piece that was published
Yes.
in this anthology. And you guys are going to have to hang on and not go anywhere so that you can hear Natalia Perguero perform for us after the break. Hey everyone, and welcome back here now to perform Doña Provi. Let's give it up for Natalia Perguero.
So let me take you back to a beautiful memory of mine. Tanto tiempo disfrutamos de este amor, nuestras almas se acercaron tanto así que yo guardo tu calor, pero tú llevas también sabor a mí. Doña Provi kept her art on lock, selling delectable rainbow flavors of her homemade limbes round the clock. She would shout from her second floor window, "Tengo blueberry, cherry, tamarindo, coco y limón." Yo, her vibes though, she had a flow. We couldn't wait for the little metal bucket tied to a rope to arrive at its landing with the hopes that our limbel juice was slightly melted. Ooh, we felt it. The first taste to awaken our taste buds, feelings of happiness under the sun. We had all the summer fun. The loud car bass pumping from the back seat, riding by, causing heartbeats to skip to the rhythm of Big Pun's hip-hop beat. 25 centavos, Provi used to say, as we dropped our clinging coins in the bucket, grabbed our limbels and ran away. All the way up the hill to my block 181 in T-Bout. I could hear my homies shout, eager, awaiting their limbel to arrive. As I passed out the flavors, I became their savior. This was only the first run of the day. Checking my pocket to make sure that my 25 centavo was still in place. Enjoying the coconut limbel, looking up to the sky. As salsa rhythms creeping in from nearby, embracing the ruckus around me as my dreams swept in from underneath the concrete, reminding me of how proud I was to grow up in these Bronx streets. From the 6th line to the D, I'm a Bronx girl at heart. Never doubt my Bronx and its fine art. Doña Provi, this one's dedicated to you. Through the darkest times, you were the light in our neighborhood. You own the heavens now with your best recipes. Your legacies will never go unseen. Thank you for your sweetest sweets. Rest in power, Queen.
Woo! How beautiful!
Thank
Oh
you.
my gosh. Wonderful. Oh my gosh. That was a little taste of our cultura,
Sí.
our urban cultura. Rest in power, Doña Provi. That was beautiful, Natalia.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
bringing it here. You guys, once again, that's Natalia Perguero, and we're talking about Bronx Writers Anthology. I believe that's available at the Bronx Native Store, right?
Yes, Bronx Native Store, also on their bio, on their link on Instagram as well, and in my bio as well, Natalia_the_artist.
There you go. Follow her on Instagram at Natalia_the_artist. Bueno, that's our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through, and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out this episode throughout the weekend, 24 hours a day, at BronxNet.tv. I'm Rena Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Happy Autism Acceptance, Jazz Appreciation, and National Poetry Month, mi gente. Be love. Adios.